Hello, tutors, and welcome to GS 108D, the Math Tutor Training course. Now, we understand and assume that you have a background with math. Yeah, that you'll come from math backgrounds, that you will have backgrounds with people. At some point, you had to interact with people to say, hey, I think I could be a math tutor. That at some point, you had an experience where you're like, hey, I can teach people. I've learned how to teach. And you may have so many varied backgrounds. This course is to take all of your backgrounds and all of your skills and not just think that you're going to be great, but to give you the tips and the tricks and the skills to be fantastic tutors. So, a couple of things that GS 108 is going to produce in you. Number one, we are going to do a basic fundamental understanding of education. That is, teaching and learning. Now, in this course, we're going to focus on the principles of teaching and learning, not just tips and tricks. These experiences and topics are going to give you a chance to organize all of these different experiences you've had with math and teaching and people and classes and everything, and organize them into simple statements of principle that will give direction to how you teach and influence those that you are working with. You're going to have, there's a textbook for the course. It's available in iLearn, and that's fine. You could read it there, or you can pick up a bound copy over at the bookstore. But more importantly than this is a textbook written kind of for mathematicians on education. So it's going to be kind of dry and boring, and you're going to think, ooh, we know that stuff. Well, good, you should. This is a chance for you to take these principles and organize your own experiences, your own thoughts, your own perspective, and to find out what your own tips on teaching are, and thus become really, really good tutors. Another thing that's going to happen in this course is that your math skills are going to be increase. In particular, you've come from such a varied background that you may have learned math very differently than how people that are being tutored by you have learned it. And so we have to help you understand how it's being taught here. So there's one thing you need to do, and it's learn math to support the program. Okay? We are not here just so that you can say, oh, I learned it better this way. Don't listen to your instructor. That would be a really bad thing to say. In fact, I like drawing up a triangle where you have the professor up here, you have the student down here, and you have the subject over here. Now you'll notice each one of these has a little relationship. The professor, the student, the subject, they're all there. And where's the tutor? Well, the tutor finds himself right smack dab in the middle. So when the student, with their relationship with the subject, the student's relationship with the professor, well, you don't have to worry about this guy so much. I'll let you off the hook on that one. But when a student comes and says, hey, I don't remember this, can you tell me? You could immediately tell him, but if you do, you become his source of the subject. And the goal of this job is not to be the professor for the student. It's not to be the subject for the student. It is to strengthen these relationships. So you may have to step back just a little bit and let them learn. You may have to help them understand how the professor is teaching and support that professor instead of becoming the professor for the student. It would be very inappropriate for you to say, hey, yeah, just skip class and I'll just teach you. And the goal is then for your job to get smaller and smaller and smaller until pretty soon you can tutor yourself right out of a job. So that's part of it, is that you're learning the math, but not just because you may have missed something in some of your lower level classes, but to support the program. And in particular, there are 3 certifications that you will be able to get. Everybody goes through the developmental math programs, Dev Math. That is Math 100A, 100B, and 101. So that would be Algebra 1, so Arithmetic, Algebra 1, and Intermediate Algebra. So this right here, this isn't because we think you don't know it, though there may be some things you learn in there, but you need to understand how our professors teach these subjects. Because if there's a student in Math 100B that is really, really struggling, and the teacher teaches them one thing and they think they almost get it, and they come to the math lab and you teach them something completely different, Oh, wow, that has just undermined their learning experience. Take a look at how we're teaching the math, and you may find that it's something that you haven't thought of in the past. So once you have all done that, then you will each need to do a second certification, and you may either do it in Math 108 or in Math 110. Both of these are a little bit unusual as far as courses go. So if you've taken the Math 108 class, then this will be a piece of cake. You'll breeze through this and it will bring to your memory some of the things that you learned. On the other hand, if you're a calculus tutor, so calculus tutor, or if you've gone through 110, you can choose to certify in Math 110. So pick one of these, but you don't have to do them both. So if you find in iLearn that you don't have access to both of them, go ahead and let me know and I'll open up both of them to you. For each one that you get certification, this one, and this one, you will also get a raise because you are now certified to tutor more people. You'll be tutoring in the math lab while you go through this training, so that's not a problem at all. The third thing that's going to come out of GS 108D is that you are going to learn the resources that we have for you to tutor. Now, we have books and solution manuals out in the math lab, and you're going to learn where they are so you can be able to answer questions for the students, or if you don't know, come and ask us where to get the answers, and we can help you grow in your ability to do math. The other thing is we're going to have online. We serve an online audience, a worldwide audience. And BYU Idaho has been commissioned with that responsibility. So this online component, just take the bull by the horns and plunge in. Everybody has to do it, and you'll find it's very rewarding with people who are very grateful for your services there. And eventually, once you finish all of this, we are going to have you do one-on-one tutoring. So you will be in the lab the entire semester, but during the end, when you finish this sort of training, you'll be given the opportunity to set up a schedule and work with one-on-one tutoring. And during this time, you'll be able to record the visits and everything that is necessary for us to manage how the tutoring is accomplished. So we'll teach you that later in the course. We welcome you here, and we wanted to give you this slight introduction so that you wouldn't be so worried about it and we wanted to give you this introduction so that you could jump right in and have some fun.